Welcome to this beginning tutorial on Super Fantasy Kingdom, and we're going to go through every aspect of from a beginning perspective. The first thing I want to make note of, you have different profiles here. I'm actually working off 3 and 1. 3 is my real late game one. 2, well, we're going to be starting from scratch. 1 is sort of the halfway point. So the way we're going to divide this tutorial, we're going to divide it into 2 parts. The first thing I'm going to show you is to how to start out from absolutely the first run. And this one we'll switch over because I want to kind of show you mid-game. Excuse me, my voice is a little bit raspy tonight. But this I want to show you some stuff that'll be more like mid-game strategies and scenarios. So first we're going to start out from scratch, and then we'll come over to this saved profile, and I'll show you how to sort of get going from there. So first things first, let's go ahead. We're going to start from scratch. So we're going to reset this. I have some data here. We're going to reset it. Goodbye. It's all gone. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you, is you can actually reset a profile and start completely from scratch. So this is now wiped. I didn't have much here anyways. You probably would have noticed there were no stars, and we'll talk about those later on. So without ado, we're going to hit play, and you're going to come in here, and there is absolutely nothing. Now, here's the hero you have to select. If you had unlocked certain things, you might have a lot of items, but since we're starting from scratch, he has no items. But you will unlock those, and we'll talk about those. And there are things, this is a true roguelite, so if you fail in a mission, it fails, you do carry things over. Like shards, you will get some starting gold. You'll get several different things that you start out with. In this case, we have absolutely nothing. We have no starting gold, no shards. We are literally starting from scratch, which is what you'll be doing. So we're going to hit play, and we're going to go into the world, and we're here at day 1.
How can this be?
So you're going to first do this tutorial. It's going to lead you through some of the first things you have to do. The first thing you have to do is start a tavern. So it's going to come down here and ask you to do that. Before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about these sort of bigger areas and these smaller areas. But this little island here, whatever this is, this little patch of land is your kingdom right here. It has everything you need. You've got wheat, you've got bushes, berry bushes, you've got thickets which also have berries in them, you've got trees, stone, gold, or everything you need to mine. Here's all your resources up here. Here's your food, here's your happiness. This makes you fight stronger, or it'll give your units more damage. Here's the basic materials. They are all important. I would definitely say that wood, board, stone, gold, these are more important. The wheat, not quite as important, but it can be later on. Here is your carrier. Now the carrier is the sort of the collector of everything that you're mining or gathering. So he will collect them. He will collect them from, so let's say we had a wood or a lumber yard here. The guy will go and cut down a tree. He'll bring it back here. It's this guy right here. You can see him. The carrier will actually go and pick that up and bring it back. Initially, you only get one, and I'm not sure if you get two. I've only had one, and so keep that in mind. He is the one that will actually pick up all your materials and bring them into your keep. So that's important to note. There are some exceptions to that. For instance, berries and food, your gatherers and stuff will take that directly to the tavern. The tavern is the main point for all the food. So that's one of the exceptions. They will bring that here. But for the most part, your carrier is doing most of the collection of your minerals and everything else you're gathering. You can see here we have an idle worker. We start out with one. Eventually you do unlock a second one. You'll start out with that. But when you first start out, you only get one worker. And so you got to use him. I'm not actually going to be used to this because I think I start out with 2 in my mid run, so that'll be interesting. This gives you the ability to for restarts and stuff. You get shards. We'll talk all about that. This is your kingdom level. That will go up. That comes into play too. That is persistent. These are glory. When you get this like winning battles and doing certain things, and this allows you to basically unlock certain things. Unlock this fog, which you can see here. World's huge. If you zoom out, I mean, it's a huge world. So there's a lot to unlock. There is a fog of war, so you need to sort of build roads, and we'll definitely be doing that. You'll see that in a few minutes here. Faith, we don't need to talk about that. We will in a little bit. That's important too. So that's pretty much the basic mechanics of the game. So again, first thing you always have to do, tavern, lumberyard. That's why it's asking us to build the tavern. So that's what we're going to do. So build the tavern, you place it right here. And there you go. Now it wants you to build a lumberyard, and these would be the first two things you would build. So we'll build a lumberyard. Notice there's no cost for the lumberyard or the tavern. But after that, that's it. Everything costs something. This costs 3 wood. This costs 5 logs. This costs 5 wood. This costs 9 stone. Couldn't get that out. If you go over here, you've got some sawmills, windmills. We'll be using several of these. Definitely the sawmill is the most important one on this board, and the smelter. Those are the two. You can get to these windmills later on, brewery, but the 2 early ones you want, sawmill and smelter. And you can go to specialized ones. The siege camp is a big one for me early on. That's a good one. You can see here we need five boards. In order to get a board, you need a sawmill right here. That will take your wood and convert it into boards. You'll be doing this quite a bit, so it's nothing you're not going to know how to do, and we'll be doing it. Okay, so let's go ahead and put down the lumberyard. So boom, we've got exactly what we need. Now, we're not done yet. We actually have to assign, it's actually unpause the game, interestingly enough. So if we come to the tavern, let's click on the tavern. You can see here, we've basically, it shows all the food, which we've got none of. It shows the available deposits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So these are all the berry bushes that are available to pull from. Eventually, these will run out, so you have to find an alternate source of food. The big one is fishing. We'll be doing that in a little bit. You can also, a lot of these buildings you can add upgrades to. We're not going to worry about that right now. What we are worried about is assigning a gatherer. And so, but we're actually not going to do that and actually, if I was playing my mid-run game right now, which we will in a bit, I would actually assign a gatherer. But for now, we're going to worry about getting wood. So we're going to assign that right away. And you can see here comes the lumberjack. And I just want to follow this real quick. So he's going to come out here, and he's going to cut down a tree. I just want to show this how this works. So he's going to cut down a tree. He's going to go up here. I'm sorry, he's going to go here and put it into the combat. We got combat coming. Okay, fine. He's going to put it right into the lumber yard. Notice here it says storage, and again, this is the available trees. Always keep an eye on that. All right, so he's going to deposit it there. Now, the donkey or mule, whatever this thing is going to come out here. It's just called the carrier. Is going to pick that up. And now the storage is back to 0 again. I didn't show that to you, but it was actually, he'll deposit it, and now it gets tallied up here. So it's not tallied until it actually goes into the keep. He just deposited 1. I want to show you this. Now our storage is up to 1, and he's going to come down and get it. Now there will be times when this storage reaches its max. I believe it's 6. Yeah, it says right there. This lumberyard can only hold 6. What does that mean? Well, once this hits 6, this woodcutter, you might want to reassign him to another building, because at that point, it's pretty useless. And that is something you're going to have to sort of keep an eye on. The game will actually tell you that, because you'll have these, you'll have like a max capacity thing above this. All right, so he's doing that. Okay, so we got 4 wood. We just hit a max on what? Well, we hit a max on our keep because it's broken down. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to build something. Let's build a house. That is actually going to give us a worker. It says it right there. You want to get a house or 2 out right away. So we're going to build that, and look at that. We've got a new worker. He's unassigned. We're going to assign him to collect berries, because we need berries, and we need them quick. Okay. So this is sort of a good order. When you're first starting out, get another worker. So, because we do need food, we need food for our our units. Now, this is a very important point. I want to point this out. By the way, the first attack is coming in. Now, this is well, let's not pause it, but I do want to talk about this. You are going to be tempted in the first few rounds. Try to get as many units out here as you can. Don't worry about that. Your hero can handle the first several waves all by his lonesome. And you see he's doing it. So He'll do his thing. The important point to note here, though, is he does not consume food. You can see that right here. If somebody was consuming food, it would say 1 of 1. He will come down to the tavern, and you do have to click on the tavern to advance the next day. But he's not going to consume that. That's our food right there. That's one of the berries we picked, sitting right there. It drops right here. He didn't consume any of it. So you can just hit continue, and boom, he's gone. Okay. Now, I do want to point out that
My friend?
you will have this guy show up on the second day. He's the nomad. And of course, the king. You'll see this conversation a lot of times because this is a game. There's a lot of grinding to this game. I will warn you that if you don't like grinding, you're not gonna like this game. There's a lot of grinding, and so you'll be seeing this message quite a bit.
I'm no warrior.
And to make a long story short, he's gonna offer you a unit for free, and hopefully it's a good one. Now this is also going to depend on your early game strategy. Now the early game strategy I like is to take the archer because it's got ranged. But you can do what you want. You could take more of a tank, but I like the archer. I think it's a great starting unit. So it's going to ask you to select a slot. These slots are free, but of course they're not up where the action is going on. He could reach people up here, but we want to actually move him up here. Now it's going to cost money to unlock that, but that's fine. So we're going to put him there. And by the way, for doing that, we got our first glory. And this, remember I showed you glory relates to building roads and things? There you go. We're building our first road, and we are now have unlocked the swordsman. If we click on this, it shows here that we can, and by the way, you'll be recruiting this guy quite a bit throughout your runs. He's almost a necessity. So you recruit him, it takes 4 stone. We're not there yet, but we will come back to him. This takes shards. We will do that later on, but we don't have any shards right now. We will get those eventually. So we're collecting berries. Good. Now let's think about what we want to do. Well, we know we need some stone first to recruit him, but also the castle. I want to show you this. Right now, we hit that max earlier. You saw that turned red. We only have 4 max on this. That's not a lot. So we want to repair this, and it says right here, it'll double the storage space and fast tax generation. So that's sort of a priority, but we have to get a quarry, which we don't have right now. So we got to wait till we get a 3rd wood. And now here's a little trick. He's going to collect this, but we could have, since there was already, we know we've got 3 wood now, we could have redirected him to getting some berries, but we're not going to worry about that. Let's get the quarry built. It costs 3 wood. Now, here's the thing. We've only got 2 workers, so we're going to assign a worker here, but you need to deselect this one. And now this goes into all Z's. That means nobody's there working after he deposits that. Now he's going to go all the way over here and start working on stone. One thing, I'm glad you saw that, though, because this is important. He will, if he's already busy doing something with, like let's say he's busy on his way to cut down a tree, he will finish that complete activity and then start on the stone. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't happen right away. He's going to finish whatever he's doing and then go to his business of cutting stone, which he's doing right now. He's getting rock. He's going to deposit here. And then we need 3 rock to do this. All right, so let's see. Now, one thing I want to point out, our guys are fighting out here. They're doing fine. We will have to micromanage this a little bit later on, but for now we don't have to. But one thing you can find is stuff to sort of click around here. And this map, by the way, it'll get much larger. But there are things to sort of click around. You can see here we've got something flashing. Let's click on it. And it gave us some wheat. So just kind of look around. Sometimes there's things to click on. You'll find them. Just kind of lying around. You'll begin to learn where they're at. But just always sort of keep that in mind that there's things to sort of click on. All right. So now they defeated the Knight 2. So they're coming back here to the tavern. And this is where we're going to actually serve our first meal. This is real exciting stuff. We're going to serve our first meal. And we've got 4 berries available. He's just going to consume 1. Remember, the hero doesn't consume it. So you can see there's our berry collector. So the archer did most of the damage. Is kind of neat. We got 2 glory. Remember, glory is important for roads and things. So we're going to serve, eating here. We're going to hit continue. And there it shows you the archer ate 1 berry, which gives 1 experience. Now, if he had eaten fish, we would have got 2 out of 3 and been closer to the next level. Look how he sort of has a unhappy face. He doesn't like the berries. All right, so we're on to day 3 now. Good, moving along. So we're keeping an eye on this stone. We've got 1 in here, so he's sort of bringing them in. Our mule's going in and getting them. Now, keep in mind, you will eventually have more buildings, and let's unlock this road here. There we go. So we've got another building we can make. But do keep in mind, eventually, we will have more buildings here, and you only have this guy going around to collect them. Now, remember what I said. The food collectors, berry collectors, they will bring them right to this building. But in order to get the stone, we've got to have the mule come up there and get him. But if there was a woodcutter down here, he would be, it's sort of random. That's the point. So if you're waiting for something, you could be waiting a little bit longer. Just pointing that out. And that, actually, there's strategies to deal with that. So, and you'll learn them. But anyways, we're collecting gold now. At around day, oh, you can't see it here, but I think it's day 6, we're going to have a guy that's going to come out and offer us our next unit for 10, but we need 10 gold. So we're going to save that. We're not going to put out the swordsman quite yet, even if we don't have the stone available, but we're not going to get him quite yet. I guess that's what I'm saying. I want to wait till I purchase that new unit. Okay, so you can see our archer's doing quite significant damage here. And he's taking care of it. So yeah, these first few waves are, you'll find them very easy. However, it gets more and more difficult. And you will die. I mean, you just don't have enough unlocked. I don't know, if you get to round 20 or something, you're doing really good. Now, that's going to be almost impossible, but you might be able to do it. You would be an expert user at that point, because I think I wiped around 14 or something. 15, I think that's the best I've done. Maybe a little bit farther. But anyways, so if you click on this guy, by the way, it'll tell you what you need to upgrade with him. In this case, we need 3 gold ingots. We are a long ways from that. You need to have a smelter that takes the gold. Oh, we hit the... Okay, we got to keep an eye on this. All right, let's actually get this guy. Let's deselect him. And we're going to make him a gatherer. So we got 2 gatherers now. And let's spend that. Let's repair. So we repaired the keep. It looks a lot better, doesn't it? And look at this. That's the important thing. Look at that. 8 max now. And we also can now build a wall, which would be built up here. And we'll talk about that later on. So they defeated the day 3 wave, and they're coming back for more food. And we're going to serve that food. So he's coming here. Look, we've got, and it even shows you all the food that you've got in the inventory. But he can only eat 1 berry. So we'll let him do that. And he's one away from being happier. Okay, so let's continue on. We are on to day 4. Okay, so by the way, he is still going to go collect all, even though we don't have a. I want to point this out and just reiterate it, that even though we have all our workers gathering, there's still storage here. He'll come and get it. So, yeah. So the reason I've actually sent these guys out quickly to get some berries is I want to get a fishing stand. Fish are great. First of all, as you can see, okay, we just expanded out here. Fish will give you 2 experience instead of 1. So if they can eat fish, that's always a bonus. But we need to create a fishing hut, and that's what we're going to do right here. You'll see that costs 6 berries. That's why I sent those guys out to collect those as quick as possible, because now I can get a fishing hut. And they're going to come over here and fish. And by the way, and the other thing, this is big. This does not cost a worker. This is it's like a free worker. So these are very important. You get like a free worker. This doesn't go against our count at all, okay? That's important to sort of notice. Let's go back to the keep. I'm sorry. I don't think he starts the next day. Okay, so now that we've hit that, what do we need now? Now let's take stock of the situation. We need we're going to need some more. Yeah, so we're going to assign a woodcutter, and we're going to deselect. We're going to deprioritize collecting berries because we need some more wood now to get another house. Another house will give us another worker, and it gives you additional income. So keep that in mind. Income is important too. Okay, so it gets us more income, and it gets us more. Definitely gets us more workers, but the workers is really the huge thing. So early game, no matter what game you're playing, whether it's early or you're in mid game, you want to have at least 2 houses. You can go a long ways with 2 houses. I think I made it to 25 with just 2 houses. Now it would be nice to get 3. Okay, so we just did another unlock here. You can see we're going a long ways here. This guy is a merchant. If you click on him,
Hey, buddy.
What?
Oh,
he's going to ask you for some logs, which we don't have. And he actually offers you, I don't use this guy a lot. He offers you money for the items you're producing, but the problem is you really need those items, so I don't usually sell them unless I absolutely need gold. But for the most part, I don't. Okay. So we can see here it's getting a little more intense. Day 4, this is getting a little more intense. They're starting to get in here. As the night progresses, they will eventually turn into this rage mode. When the night first starts out, they're just kind of moving slowly, but you can see here they're moving much faster and hitting harder. So that's the important thing to note too. As the night drags on, the battles get much more intense. You can also see, I don't know if you saw there, the units have a knockback effect, and there's certain skill, traits and skills you can put into that as well. All right, so we're coming back here. I don't think we have a fish yet. But he is going to level up here, so that's good. And we're going to send him to level 2. Look at that. But he's got 4 more. Now you can see here he's got some additional stats now. We boosted his health and his attack. So very important to. So again, the weird thing about eating is it's just gonna hurt you. And it wants us to do an inspection. Okay, so you got to hold the Alt. We're kind of doing the tutorial now. So that just shows you some stuff down here. All right, so build a house. We already built a house. So I don't know why. I built it before the tutorial. Okay, so I don't really. Yeah, we'll build another one. Okay, so we got some more glory, so we can expand our little empire here, or kingdom. And so what we're waiting for is enough to build another house. So that's kind of what we're doing. And we should have. Let's see here. So it's a daytime, so they haven't come out yet, but they will be. So we're expanding the road. Okay, so this is important to show you. You will get these open fields, these outposts, and these will give you certain resources. Now, if I was in my mid-game scenario here, I would take the wheat, but we're going to actually take the wood because we really need that badly right now. Normally, I would probably take the wheat, but in this case, we're going to take the wood because we need to get that second house going. So these are very important. By the way, when you unlock that open field like that, you get to use it from this point on. All this stuff is going to persist in your next run. All these things you unlock. So just keep that in mind. So now we've got a little bit tougher. These guys were dropping on the first arrow. You can see here they're coming in now, taking a few more shots before they get to us. And it's early and it's almost daytime. We're getting closer to sunset. So these things, like I said, they'll faster, a little bit more difficult. We're collecting. So we hit 10 gold. Now, this is what I wanted to point out. The reason I sort of saved that gold and didn't actually get this guy yet is because number one, I want to build up on some build up my meals, but also I want to be able to purchase the guy on day 6. We're gonna have the vendor is gonna come and offer us the ability to buy somebody. So I want to get that ability. Okay. All right. So we hit the 8 wood max. Got to keep an eye on that. So let's go build another house. And guess what? We just got another worker. So let's assign that worker now. We've got 3 workers. Let's assign them to the quarry. All right, so things are going pretty good here. We just got to make sure we survive this. Ooh, this is getting tougher now. So as the night drags on, yeah, these things, we might actually lose a guy here. I don't know if I should have brought this soldier out. Normally I would bring him out, but since this is I would have a lot more cash by now, too. But this is a little different starting out from scratch. Okay, so you remember, you always have to go back to the tavern. Let's do our feeding. Do we have a fish? So, he ate a fish. I'm glad this happened. And you can see here, he got 2. 2 instead of... So, eating those bigger meals, very important for leveling your guy up. Okay, so... here's the vendor that I told you about.
I stand for the light. What? Huh? Don't insist.
Okay, so... And that's why I wanted to be able to buy this, because I like the Cyclops. That's actually a good... I don't know if we can put him out there yet, though. No, because we only have... Okay, so we got to wait a little bit. That's fine. Let's just put him over here. These are all free, so if you can't... And that's another important point. If you don't have the gold, you can just stick them back here. They're not going to really... And he does have a range. If you hover over them, you'll see the range. So he will actually attack. If they get this, like, down here in this area, he will actually launch his attack. He can actually come across that bridge. All right, so let's take stock of the situation. We've got wood coming in. We've got a stone coming in. That's all good. So we're just waiting. Yeah, so now I think we can actually move him. Yes, we can. Okay. So now we're able to unlock that spot. That's good. Okay, so we just need gold now to get this, because this will cost 4, so we're not going to unlock this guy quite yet. Now, he will start consuming meals. Now, think about this. Remember, the hero doesn't eat. We just added a new unit, and take a look at that. Now the meal count is 2. When we add this guy, you'll see it'll go to 3. So we're digging more into our meal, so just keep that in mind. That's why you want to try to wait as long as possible before adding a lot of guys. That was the mistake I was initially making, is adding too many guys early on. And you want to build this. I like to get this up to about 25. Then you're in pretty good shape. And we're going to go through this again on the next run, too. So, all right, so you can see this guy launches out here like a charge. He has like a charge and does quite a bit of damage. He does quite a bit of damage. Look at that, 26, yeah. I mean, we're actually handling this wave pretty good. We still don't have a shard yet. Oh, see, you got to keep an eye on these arrows. Look at this. We got some free wood. So just kind of once in a while scan over here, and we just built a road, and this will unlock the crossbowman, which we need 4 wood. We could actually take him, but I want to get this guy out here as soon as possible. So we just need 4 gold. Oh, and we got another... Look at this. We're getting all kinds of glory here for winning these fights. This actually takes us... Oh, we need a... Okay, this actually allows you to buy food, but we can't... It's not unlocked yet, so... Okay, so we're at the end of the run here, and we're doing pretty good. Okay, good. So we've got 5 wood. We could actually unlock... So you can see both guys are going to come in here now. Our hero doesn't come in here, but look, because he doesn't eat, but both these guys are going to eat now. And you're going to see they're both getting fed. The Cyclops got the worst of it, got the berry because we only had 1 fish. And look at that. Just like that, we've leveled up the archer again. Okay, so yeah, I know we'll need some more units. I get that. Okay, so we just need 2 more gold, and then we can put the... We could actually get him, but I don't want to feed... That's the other thing. I don't want to feed him down here where he's useless until we can actually put him out here. Okay, we've got some more roads to build. Oh, we got another small one. Okay, good. So we're doing pretty good here. We got the first boss, I think, coming up here. Yeah, and you know what? I don't know if we're going to win this. I should have brought out I might have made a mistake here. Okay. We might lose this, and it happens. I think I should add another ranged unit, but we'll see. Because this guy isn't going to attack for a while. So this is kind of a problem. Well, the archer's doing some damage. That's good. You know what? I should have brought out a... Well, we actually could do this. Hold on. We can buy this guy. Okay, so we can recruit him. Put him here, and we can switch these guys out. I'm glad I did that. So you can actually switch these guys out. Very important to note, by the way. And this is sending the... this little caravan is sending the logs, the payment, basically to pay for this guy. But that was an important thing I wanted to show you. You can actually move these guys out in combat. And that's important, especially, like, let's say this guy was worn down. You could switch places and bring in fresh units. That's the nice part about having reinforcements. And actually, that made a huge difference. Look, we're really hurting him. And we're going to defeat our first boss. How we doing? Okay, so let's keep an eye. What do we need to build here? Okay, so we've got... Let's actually build a sawmill? Yes. Okay, so we're going to build a sawmill, but we're not going to assign a worker to it yet. Okay, so... Because we're going to get some logs. We're actually not doing so bad here. Okay. So for defeating a boss, they will give you cards that will boost your characters. If I have ranged, I like these metal arrows, but you can play this game any way you want. You can develop any strategy. We picked up another star. That was nice. And so now our crossbowmen, and yeah, they're definitely... Now, to upgrade the crossbowmen, you see here we need 8 wood. So that'll be a bonus if we can do that. We unlocked a clown for... and the clown's actually a really good unit. I really like that. Alright, so we're going to come in here. Notice we're going to come in here with 3 people now, though. We're serving 3 now. Yes. So, food costs going up. Up. Okay. So since... let's now... Actually, I was going to put the... I'm going to put this guy out here. Okay. Because we can't unlock the soldier quite yet, but we will get him unlocked in a bit. Okay. So we've got 6... we could actually unlock this guy, but I don't want to quite yet. Alright, so... What do we've got for wood? We've got... Okay, let's collect a little bit more wood. Oh, we can get some shards here. Oh. Got to pay attention to this question mark. So you get shards, so now we've got 4 shards. So what we can unlock now is, you'll see some of these things that are beaming. This is one of the things you can use to spend your shards on. And right here, restore your kingdom and start with 1 wood more in future runs. This is where these unlocks can get huge. So in the next run, you'll just automatically start out with 1 wood. And I'll be showing that to you in a few minutes. So if we... And let's get this. We'll start out with more stone. We didn't gain any stone this run, but the next run, we will. And we can actually get... well, we can't get wheat right now, but we will be able to unlock that. Okay, so we're moving along here. We're on day 8, and still haven't lost yet. Not bad. And you can see we're still bringing in fish. That's good. We've got wood. Okay, so now that we've got some wood, we also want to think about our economy a little bit. So let's do this. Let's switch the carpenter. And often I do switch these guys. Like if I have some wood, I'll switch over to the carpenter so we can, because we need wood boards. So it's kind of like a switcheroo thing, and I'll show you that in the next video. Okay, so we've got that going, and we're doing pretty good out here. Oh, we just picked up a ton of shards. Look at that. So we can go unlock some of these things. This will give us wheat on future runs. You'll want to click on all of these. We're really kind of getting a lot of roads here. We got even another shard. Well, this will give us more gold. Now, this is... you will start to run out of these, but definitely click on those. This will give us the monk. And if you click on this, we need 4 wheat to recruit the monk. You will also see these quests. The werewolf is on a quest, help by the Be Kind. Some of these are you'll have to just figure out. I don't even think I have this one unlocked yet. I don't know if I figured it out. If someone knows, let me know in the comments. Okay, so a unit has fallen. Oh no, we're already in some trouble here. Okay, so are we going to survive this? We could get wiped here, and this is, yeah, it looks like we're going to get wiped. Wasn't paying attention. Okay, so there you go. That's the first part. And by the way, it is not uncommon to get wiped. I probably should have brought out the soldier early on. Now, this is interesting. You have the ability to accept defeat or try again. I'm going to accept it, but sometimes it might be advantageous to try again. You try a little bit of a different tactic, and that works. I've actually, a lot of times, I figured out, basically what this does, it gives you a chance to realize what you might have done wrong and try another strategy, and suddenly you get past that day. So we're going to accept it. We're going to move on. Okay. You can see, now, I want you to see this. We hit Kingdom Level 2. We start out with 1 more gold now. Okay, we've unlocked all these things. These will carry over. But most importantly, look at this. Our hero now gets some items. Very important. So when we go to select this, now we can pick an item. I'm going to pick the shield. And as you progress, you get more trophies. He can carry more items. Okay, so I want you to see that. Now look at this. We're going to start out with 2 gold. We get some shards. Yeah, so that's the important thing. Okay, so let's go back out of here, and we're going to switch over to this sort of mid-game profile I have. And you're going to see how different this is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and play this. Take a look at all these guys. I'm going to click on this. Look at it. He's got 4 items. 2 shields. I don't know if the shields stack, but I give this shield to my paladin. You'll see him in a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and play this. Now, this is going to be a very different scenario.
A warrior's true glory is to die in battle.
You can see here, I've got all these starter resources now. That was part of a quest, so I hit OK. And look at this. I want you to see this. I got 4 wood, 3. I mean, look how much easier this is. I'm starting out with all this money. So that just gives you an idea how quickly you can progress. Okay. So we're going to drag his items in here, give him his sword, but it's going to be the same kind of strategy. We're going to leave him out here for a little bit. I'm not going to give him anybody. We're going to immediately see how fast I can repair the... Yes, we can repair this quickly. Let's get the tavern down. I'm going to put workers on that right away. We're going to get our lumberyard here. And you can see here, I've already got 4... I can build a house right away for another worker. So we're actually going to make... We're going to do 3 workers right away to get some berries. I want massive berries. Okay. Then we're going to go to the open fields. Take a look at this. I'm going to get some wheat. We got 4 wheat. This will allow me to make a decoration, which produces gold. So this is the point I want to make. It's a very important... You're tempted early on to sort of get as many units out here as possible. But that's, especially mid-game, it gets even more important. You want to make sure that you're getting your food supply and your economy going first. Again, don't worry, especially this hero, he's really bulked up now. He's got all this equipment. He can handle himself for a while. All right, what we want to do now is go around and click on some of these open fields. And let's just take gold. Or no, you know what? Yeah, let's take the gold. Oh, I didn't want to do that. No, you know what? That's okay. We can upgrade. See, now you notice I use stone. 5 gold lets you go even further. Now look at my storage. It's 16. So right out of the gate, I've got 16. I've got that thing fully upgraded. Not fully upgraded, but it's upgraded. All right. I want to come down here and get barracks. And then what this does is give you some items for your guys to use. And I usually just drag them over here. So now we can give swords and different equipment to some of our guys. All right. So there we go. All right, so this guy, we're going to leave him here for a little bit. We're building up our food supply real quick, and we're going to get a fisher hut. We're going to get that going. Actually, I didn't want to put him there. That was a mistake, but... So we got that going. Good. All right, and we're going to try to get a second one real quick, too. Okay. So now we're going to start on... We're going to get our... You know what? I did make a little mistake there. Okay, that's fine. All right. I actually wanted to get a quarry. That was a mistake, but that's okay. Normally, I probably would have had that quarry there. But in any event, we got our food supply way up. And we don't have to feed anybody. Okay, so we're on day 2. And it's the same thing, right? This guy's going to come out.
Huh?
That is curious.
And he's going to offer us... now, I've got some unlocked. This is the first... Oh, no. In this run, I think this is the first time I got an observer. Yeah, let's take the observer. We'll take him. Yeah, I don't think I've had an observer in this run before. That's kind of cool. And I think I unlocked him. I did something over here. I think it was over here. Yeah. And again, you'll see all these quests that you can do. Some of these, like this one, I know how to do it. I just haven't done it on this run. This, you have to build palisades, but you know, you'll figure out how to do them. Okay, so let's put him up here. But you can see I've already got 18 gold, so I can do a little bit more. Okay, good. All right, so let's just let those guys sit up here. All right, so we're concentrating still on. I want to get another fishing hut real quick. So that costs 12. So we're going to get this up. But you can see here I'm already producing. You know, we got a house, and we'll get a second house here pretty quick too. But you have time. You know, you have time. Okay, so just trying to see if there's anything. Now, you will see a, you will eventually have the ability to, so I'm glad that I was able to show you this. You will have the ability to pick the enemy that you want to appear. This is going to require, this is probably, I'm going to do an advanced tutorial. This is a little bit more advanced, but this is basically what your sort of build is. You may prefer one or the other. Like, for instance, if you have a particular build that's good against undead or a particular, or you have a range build, you may want to pick that particular enemy. I don't think I can give, no, I can't give that guy anything. So, all right, so we're collecting wood here and getting a huge amount of cash early. But that's good. We built the economy up. We got through. I want to get another house, actually. And you know what? I should have not have got the gold. I should have gone for the wood, but that's fine. Okay. And then I'm just looking around here. Is there anything else we can click on? Anything I'm missing? You know, you always find something. And the gold is just raking in. Yeah. But I'm not going to worry about units right now. We'll get some going, but, you know, right now, it's okay. Okay. So, you can see he's just by himself. He's doing a lot of damage. All right, so we need... Actually, you know what? We are going to get a quarry going. Right there. Good. And let's get the second... So we got 13. We don't have it yet. Probably because we have some fish in here. In fact, we can see. Yes, we need 12 berries. Then that can be a little misleading. So you come in here to see what you actually have. We have 2 fish already. So once this berry comes in, boom, we can now make that fishing hut. And now we've got 2 fishing huts. But we'll let these guys still collect berries for a little bit, because I want to get this. I want to really build up that supply. Okay. So we got our quarry. This guy's doing some pretty good damage too. I think he does eat, so it's a good guy to get upgraded. I like the sound he makes too. It's pretty funny. Okay, so... And the observer, look, we almost got him leveled up. Good. And he didn't mind eating the fish. That's also good. Okay. Now, if you want to speed things up, there is this over here where you can start to buy things. Like, I don't always do this, but this isn't such a bad idea. Let's just speed it up a little. Especially if you do what I just did. We can speed it up. So we buy things over here, like buying logs. Normally I don't do that, but sometimes I do. Like I made that mistake with wood. Now we're up to 4 wood, so that's good. All right, so we've got 3 workers. And let's just pick mechanic coming in. We do have to be a little careful here. Because remember, at round 6, now you can see this. Once you unlock these things, you can see who's coming. And on this run, I did get to 21. I did not get to 28. this run I unlocked or previously unlocked level 6, so it'll tell you he's coming in. We're on day 3, so we want to make sure we have at least 10 gold. That's what I'm saying. So just keep that in mind. That's not going to be a problem on this board, but. So, again, you highlight over here. You can see how many workers you have. And that's a good little thing. Keep highlighting over these buildings to see who's assigned what. I kind of do wish they had a better way of showing these workers, like the allocation. But it doesn't. Maybe I'm missing something, but it doesn't seem like they do. But we are building our meals up. That's good. And that's because we only have one guy eating right now. So. I am going to show you a couple important things that I use quite a bit. Again, this is important. You can come here and buy. Beer is a boost. This is very important. So if you can get that, I'm not going to buy it here, but it is very important late game. This will actually boost your in fact, let's just buy one, because I do want to show you some of these things. So let's go buy one. And you can see here, if I highlight, I can boost my I guess when you fight drunk, you fight better. But you can boost your units, so that's really important. And this is definitely important. Like when you start into the level the 20s, this can actually make the difference whether you win or not. It's pretty huge. All right, so we're collecting taxes. That's good. And we got one more wood, and we can get that extra house, and we get that extra worker, and then we're in good shape. I can go a long way with just 2 houses. I can go a long way. We're just waiting to get that extra wood. I don't know if we can. Sometimes this resets. No, it didn't. Okay. So we got to go to the tavern. You're going to be doing this quite a bit. Okay, so the observer leveled up. That's good. Okay, so we do need to get an extra guy out here pretty quickly. All right, so we got to be a little careful here. But we want to wait. We want to wait. Okay, so one more wood. That guy's going in there. He deposited it. Good. Let's build a house. Let's build a house right there. And now we've got another worker that's idle. Let's assign him to the quarry, and he's heading out there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know we start out with 2, and we know we have 2 houses. That's how I figure out, how many workers I've got. Is there a way to tell? I don't know. And maybe if you guys know, let me know. But basically, I just know that I start out with 2, and if I've got 2 houses, that's 4. So, yes. All right. So one of the big things you want to get early to is repair the church, because you will get a gold off that. Remember, we're concentrating on building this economy up and these meals, and then we'll start adding the units. Especially since my hero is pretty strong mid-game, you can definitely do that mid-game. Much easier to do that, I should say, and sort of wait a little bit. So again, you're fighting sort of your instinct to start unlocking people. Now, you also want them to level up, so there's kind of that trade-off. But I like that trade-off. All right, so next thing we want is a sawmill. And we're going to get that rather quickly here. And let's go see if this reset, because I don't mind buying stuff. Nope, that's fine. Here is the Paladin. That is a tank, and I do like him. And I think we're going to go ahead and buy the Paladin. So the Paladin is something you will unlock eventually. You get all the way over here. The nice thing about him, you can just buy him. There's nothing needed, just gold. Let's go ahead and put him for now. Let's put him right above our... Yeah, and he's a good tank. And the nice thing about it is I can now drag those shields I have and those extra swords and boost his abilities. If you click on him, you will see that it costs gold to upgrade him. So we could upgrade him, but let's not do that. We want to wait a little bit because we want that be able to buy that unit. And by the way, it's sending the gold that we paid for him all the way over here. Okay. And we actually got a boy here. You click on this. Look what I found. Oh, you found some armor. Okay. And these are little things you pick up. Well, let's leave it there. Okay, so let's enter the tavern. Of course, we have somebody else to feed now. But we got a lot of food. Look at the food I already got. Okay, so the paladin's gonna eventually... Okay, so we're on day 5. Oh, here comes this guy. I almost regret unlocking this guy.
By my honor.
What are you gonna do about it?
In fact, he's annoying. I might, because I just don't feel the need to sell things. We can't sell anything anyways, but I rarely use this guy. Now, if other people use him, let me know, but I don't usually use him. All right, so let's take stock of the situation. Okay, so we got 1 board. We definitely need the sawmill, so we're 3 away from that. Okay, so we're collecting stone, though. That's good. And we do want to get the swordsman out here, eventually. Werewolves, we'll take them. Here come the werewolves. And I'm kind of glad I have the paladin now. So this guy's going to get our final stone up here. And there we go. He deposited. We got 4. Let's go ahead now and recruit the... And we're going to put him right here. Okay, so he is unlocked now. We're going to give him a sword. And let's make the paladin our primary tank above our hero. So we're going to give him the armor. And now he's fully loaded. And we've got some range with the observer. We're doing good. Okay. And we got lots of food coming in. I think we can almost... Well, no, let's keep getting berries. You can see here we've only got 2 deposits left. So there is something very important that I wanted to show you. Okay, so let's get a sawmill going. And we will actually assign a cutter, but we're going to get the... But so, since it was good that we built our meals up, but we are losing our berry bushes. How do you replace it? Well, one thing you can replace it with is a forager, but we need 4 boards for that. But that will allow us to pick out of these thickets. In fact, we've only got 1 deposit left. So we are definitely need to take care of that with boards. That's why I bought those boards, because let's see if we can buy anything here. Nope, still can't. I think eventually that does sort of reset. Okay, we've got a scroll down here. Oh, it upgraded one of our guys. All right. Okay, so we're going to feed everybody. We got a lot of food. Food is good. Several upgrades. So you can see it's important to start rolling some units out. You don't want to wait too long. And here we get our freebie.
Ready for action.
Okay, so we've got an archer, a shaman, or a clown. Now we've got some range with the observer. So I'm going to go to shaman. I really do like him. So we're going to get him. And we are going to stick him right next to our hero to the right. So we've got some range back here. We do want to put a tank in front of him eventually if we can. Okay, so, how many... We've got some wood. Still not enough. Okay, so let's just keep it going. And that's good. All right, so we are about to run out of our bushes here. So let's deselect this guy. And we're going to start cutting some wood now. Now we've got a wood cutter. Let's fight the vampires. Okay, so that's good. We are about to run out of our bushes here. And the question you have to ask yourself is, do you want to repair the church first, which will give us money, or do you want to get the forager first? I usually go for the forager, but that's going to depend on how you want to treat that. So here you can see he's sawing wood now. And then eventually, our little mule here will get around to going to get those. But we need 3 more of those, effectively. And you can see, look at that. No more bushes. They're all gone. It's just thickets. You notice all the berry bushes are gone. So this guy right here is totally useless. So let's get him doing something important. Let's just cut down more trees. Now, something very important. You might ask, we're going to run out of trees. And this is something you need to make sure you take care of. Early on, not later on. And that is, I said most of these buildings have upgradable things. You want to get this, plant new trees. You want to get that early on. You don't want to wait till all your trees are gone, or you're going to be real sorry. So I usually roll that out after I get we just got it. And by the way, this does not, if you see this little sort of invisible thing, up arrow, that means that the forester is not costing us anything. So that does not cost a worker. Okay, very important to note that. Okay, so we've got 3 boards, so we could now make the decision. You know what, we're going to go ahead. No, I'm going to wait for the forager. It's tempting, but I want the forager first. I don't want to repair the church. Some people might have some different ideas. Okay, let's keep an eye on things. This is starting to get a little intense. See, our shaman's doing some good work here. Okay. Let's go ahead and feed everybody. We got a lot of people to feed. And that's fine. We got plenty of food. And that berry supply is good early on because you want that as sort of your fallback. You'd like to see, this is why I can't stand this guy. Okay, he comes back. Yeah, don't really care. Oh. You think I'm going to sell my logs? No. Okay, so did he just take? Okay, he's delivering. So we got 2 guys down here cutting wood. This is pointless here, even though we're still bringing our fish into here. So that's being deposited, but we don't have a forager yet because we're still 1 away. So let's look around and see if there's. Oh, we found some stone. Good. And here's our first boss. We fought him, of course, earlier. Generally, you want 4 units minimum. 5, you're in real good shape. Now, we're in great shape because, I mean, we should really put the hurting on him. Shaman's doing quite a bit of damage. Oh, the shaman gets a reindeer, by the way, in front of him, which is nice. I am not sure what that reindeer does other than take hits. But it looks cool. You can see we're bringing in our fish. That's good. And now we've got 4. All right, so not going to waste any time. We're going to get a forager, and then he is now going to start. He is going to start and collect berries. And guess what? He is a free unit, which is nice. He does not cost us a worker. He will go around and start collecting thickets. And you can increase the yield, by the way, with 4 gold. I recommend you do that. Okay, so we're not going to do that right now. So we've got 2 houses. We've got income. The next thing to do is repair the church, because that will give us a gold every round. And it adds up. If you think about it downstream, that starts to add up. Or upstream, however you want to call it. You know, you get late game, this stuff starts to add up. So we built up our meals, and we've built up a gold economy. And we got some units out. We don't have we could have more if we had, we could have got we've got some more coins there. We could have rolled out the monk. We could have got out this guy, but no, we're not doing that. And so that's why early on, again, so fundamental. If you just concentrate on food and your economy first, it'll pay off later in the game, because you are going to go through this food eventually. Right here we're feeding 4, but what happens if you get up to 8? I mean, so just think about that. Just think about that. Okay, so do we have everybody assigned? Yes, we do. Okay, so we got 2 here. We might hit the storage max. Yeah, we're close to it. And once it's 6, maybe we'll move this guy over here. You know, and we can do that right now. Let's just move them. And that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be moving these guys around a lot. Depending on what's, you know, if you're close to the max and you have another one here that's low on stuff, move them over here by all means. All right, let's take the marksman. Okay. Okay, you can see our mule's bringing up one log. I watch this quite a bit. All right, so now we got 3. Let's immediately repair that church. And now we got some more gold. And there's upgrades for that, too. And you can get nuns and stuff. I actually like the upgrade eventually on here because it adds happiness. Happiness makes your... adds... This will go up through winning and stuff. But, you know... Happiness is a key thing because you do more damage. Do more damage, you're going to survive longer, obviously. Alright, so now that we've got... Let's check and see. We've got 3... Well, we do have 3 logs. That's good. We're collecting stone. That's good. So we do want to start thinking about upgrading some of these units. We've got 24 gold. Let's upgrade our paladin. Okay, so now he's upgraded. Upgrading him here is different. It gives you different... how do I say this? It's a little different than eating down here. It gives you different attributes, skill sets. That's what I'm saying. So you want to try to do it both ways. Down here and clicking on them and upgrading here. So a little bit different, but it's 2 paths. I guess that's what I'm saying. Okay, so... Okay, so the storage is full. So this guy is useless. Let's bring him down here to do some... Well, we've got 5 here. Yeah, see, I think we're just going to have to keep him there for now. Because we're almost maxed out here. So we're just waiting to get another building up here. I already know the building I want. Oh, let's just buy this. I want to speed this up. All right, so we're going to buy this log. Okay, so we've got an extra log, so... Oh, what I wanted to show you, something important here. You have the ability... Oh, okay. Okay. So...
Lord?
This guy's going to give us some ability to increase our units. You have the ability to do these side quests. And this would only give you 1 stone. But go ahead and do it. But what I wanted to point out to you is be careful when you do these. Because it's going to take your guy out of... He's basically out of commission. So let's go ahead and plan it. You can send the paladin. Let's send the observer. So he's basically going to be gone. Look, you can't even use him. So he's out of commission. So just be careful when you're doing that. Like, you don't obviously want to do that during a mob boss fight. So just be careful how you plan those when you do stuff like that. Got to be very careful. Now, the other thing I want to point out is there are other things that you can buy. This is going to complete a quest. By the way, this is going to give us gold. There should be another quest over here. Oh, okay. So this one right here is extremely important. I don't have the blacksmith yet. I don't think I can show you that. That's too bad on this run. But let's pick these guys. But this one's very useful right down here when it's available. So this is the workshop. The workshop allows you to basically buy these units that you really can't upgrade, but they don't cost food. They are like sort of, I would call them support. My favorite one is actually this dark pylon, but it needs walls. So these are nice because you can deploy them right away. This one, you really can't until you have wall. But I'm going to go ahead and buy it because I love it so much. When I see it, it's my favorite because it poisons them, and slows them down. But since I don't have a wall here, it's just going to sit here totally useless. So just keep that in mind. In fact, that might change my strategy right now. I might try to get a wall built right away. But when I see him, I get him. I guess that's the point I'm making. Yeah. So we gotta be careful here because, again, we're down a unit. This guy's completely out of commission now. In fact, we may want to... I think we're about to upgrade this guy. He takes 8 stone. If we get another stone... Let's see. Yeah, I think we do get another stone there. One more, and we've got it. Okay, good. So, let's go ahead and upgrade this guy. And now he's a little bit tougher. Now, some units can only be upgraded through gold ingots, which takes a while to get to. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So we've got 2 more boards, and we'll be able to build a wall here and add this pylon in. And the pylon, that's one of my favorite units to add. I'm glad I upgraded this guy, because we're got to be really careful when you take these units out of commission. I mean, it's only a stone, but it is, you know, it does add up. So it's nice to do some of these. But I just be very careful when you tend to do those things. I guess that's what I'm saying. Okay, so let's feed all our guys. Okay, good. And we've got now a pretty good food. We're doing well on here. Okay, so 1 more, 2 more, and we'll be able to add in the pylon. Actually, we got 2. Sometimes they will... Oh, I forgot to mention this. Sometimes they will actually carry stuff over here. It's not just a meal. Okay, so let's go ahead. We can add the wall in now. This is cool. You'll see it. There it is. And look, the pylon was automatically added. And look at his range. And you're going to see him in action a little bit. Let's add the halflings. Okay, so they're coming down, but you'll see him. It has a good range. It puts poison and slows them down. So they're really useful. In fact, let's see if we can get something else from there if it's available. Oh, look, we can pick up our stone, which is good. It's not available right now. That's fine. Okay. So there's one part of this tutorial that we want to talk about, and that is the use of, at least mid-game, is to use the use of the gold mine, which we got to get to, and the use of the smelter. So I'm going to put the game, I'm going to pause this for now, and when I get to that, I've really kind of showed you everything that I wanted to, but I'm just going to pause this for a bit, and when we get to that, I'm going to show you, first I'm going to show you when I add the gold mine, and then I'm going to show you a few more things, and then we'll end the tutorial there. Actually, I lied. I did want to talk about another thing. It's very important, I think, to get a port. And what this allows you to do, it boosts your the speed in which you can fish, because your guy doesn't have to carry the food back. There's somebody that brings back the food for you, but it costs a worker. But I find this useful because what happens is, let's see here. Okay, first of all, it allows you to build a lighthouse, which allows you to get over to this island over here. In fact, we're going to probably build this, because this is another thing I wanted to show you. But you can see here, when these guys fish, they have to walk all the way back here. Well, if you build a port, it will allow your guy just to keep fishing here, and somebody else will carry the dirty work. So that's pretty nice. And it only costs 3. The nice thing about this, though, is a lot of times when your bins fill up, and you're basically a worker's kind of idle, you can just bring them over here, and they'll help out with your manufacturing your meals. And I almost always keep a worker over here eventually, just because it... Okay, do we want dinosaurs or shamans? We'll go dinosaurs. I do think we want another... Let's see if this is open. No, it's not. Thought I just saw... Okay. All right, so now we can build the port. So we're going to build that. And now we're going to assign a worker there. We're going to take a worker off of the stone. We're going to always keep a worker on the stone. I like the stone production. And let's see. We've got 4... All right, so so we'll keep a woodcutter, and so we've got 4 workers, and this is how they're assigned. And then I'm going to show you my overall mid-game strategy. But first, I do want to do something. I do want to show you that you can upgrade this lighthouse, and you'll get access to this island. what did we get here? Oh, this completes a quest. Okay. I do want to actually show you this in a second. Okay, so, I think it's the next round it comes. I can't remember. It'll unlock this island, and there's a griffin over here, which is really awesome. So I wanted to show you that. So you can see the pylons doing some damage here. It's slowing them down. But these are getting more difficult now. Like, a lot more difficult. To the point where I think I'm going to get the... We're going to get a... Yeah, we're going to get the crossbowman going. He takes wood. Every time you add one of these, he gets an additional shot. So you get him upgraded a couple times, he can do a wicked amount of damage. I mean, a wicked amount. I'm kind of glad I did that, because this is getting a little bit more intense. You can see it's starting to get a little bit more intense now. So that's why I added him. Okay, so... Okay, we almost got one more wood, and we can build our gold mine, which we can start getting ore, which is very important, obviously. Okay, as soon as we kill these guys. Alright. So, let's go to the next day, and then I'm going to show you the final thing I wanted to show you. We're just one away. We need one log. Let's go check over here again. Now, we'll not worry about that now. Oh, there's something. Provoke a monster. No. Alright, so some of these missions, you need faith in order. Some of these quests, you need faith. And this will happen every single run. But basically what this does is it gives us, it'll unlock, so once you clear this monster out of here, you'll get an additional wheat every turn. So let's do that. So we're gonna have to fight him. You actually have to kill him before he reaches you. If you don't win anything. But if we do defeat him, this will unlock it. It'll give us a wheat one wheat every round. Well, that adds up. It's like another free thing that will scale the deeper you go. We'll take ghouls. But you do have to kill him. The nice thing about it, though, I used to think this was difficult. It's really not, because he comes down before these other guys. So you can kind of get rid of him before you have to deal with the main wave, which is kind of nice. And you see, he's almost already dead. Almost got him. And there it is. And we picked up this magnet, which I'm not going to use right now. This is useful, can be useful if you want to have a particular player attract all your mobs. Okay, so we've got 5 logs now. Let's go ahead and add in the gold mine. And we are immediately... What have we got? 1, 2... We're not even using all our workers, are we? No, we are. Okay. So here's where I'm going to do a switcheroo. So I'm going to check and see. We're maxed out. So we are going to get rid of the woodcutter, and we are going to add the miner. Now we're going to start mining ore. You also want to upgrade this immediately so that the geologist will look for more materials. Again, the geologist here doesn't count for anything. So he'll go around and find us, keep that sort of supply going. All right, so now we've got one of the crucial setups for this. Because this is going to allow us to get now we need, we already qualify. So now what goes with this, hand in hand, the smelter. You need 9 rocks for that, and he's sitting there. But we don't have any gold for him to smelt, so we got to wait. But we'll do a switcheroo here. So I guess what I'm pointing out, with just 2 houses and 4 workers, I alternate these guys. So once this guy builds up some storage here, I'll move him over here to start converting it. Same thing with the wood and the saw. What do I do? Well, we've got plenty of wood, so let's just let the saw guy keep going. Once we get low here, we alternate him down here. Or actually, you know what? We're going to have him to start to cut. No, we're not. We're going to wait. So you get the idea. We can just play switcheroo on the sawmill and the woodcutter, and same thing with here. And then I usually just keep the stone guy going. But we may bring him in here too eventually. Okay. All right, so let's enter the tavern. Everybody's eating. Lots of leveling. Good stuff. Let's see if we... Maybe there's... Oh, no, there we go. So it was the next run. We picked up a scroll, which upgraded our crossbowman, and now... I just saw an arrow there. I don't know what happened. Oh, maybe we haven't... I don't know what's going on there. Okay. It might be the net. I think he has to get over here. So, okay. So we're going to go ahead and hit the pause button again, and then when we get to the point where we're going to do smelting, I'm going to show you some other things. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm going to pause it for a bit here now, and we'll come back. Because I've shown you everything I want to show you. Okay, so we're back. I did want to show you the final building I like to get mid-game, and that is... Oh, we can't build it yet. Okay, never mind. Maybe we can buy some... I don't know if we can. All right, let's... We're actually a little bit short. We're almost there. All right, everybody's eating. Good. Everybody's leveling. I did want to show you the... Oh, this guy. He's going to drive me crazy. Okay. So, what can we get over here? Oh, yes. All right. We're just going to buy it. I would normally do that, but I wanted to show you this. All right. So, one of the final things mid-game I like to get is the siege camp. Oh, it wasn't... We didn't need... Oh, gosh. That was a huge mistake. Okay. Doesn't matter. All right. So, we get the siege camp. And now we need some more boards. So, we know we've got 4 here. Okay. We're running out of wood, so let's stop the saw. And let's get the guy cutting more wood now. So you see that little switcheroo I did? Okay, good. Okay, so the main weapon I like out of here is a trebuchet. The ballista is good too, but the trebuchet is really good, really nasty. And we're going to get one of those in a bit. And here's our second boss fight, the giant. I hope I survive this. Okay. I think we are, but I just want to make sure. We might just boost this. Just so I make sure I survive. I didn't want to fight this guy this early, but that's fine. Can we get anything? No. He hits... Big hits, by the way. Big hits. As you can see, I think we got him handled, but he does some pretty massive damage. Yeah, we got this guy handled. No problem. I don't know why I was worried about this. Okay. Mainly because this dark pylon does... It's huge. It's one of my favorite things to add to these walls. Okay. Alright, so he dropped some stuff. We get some cards. Let's go metal arrows. Okay, so... Did we get over here? We did. So we could get... I think we need 2 fish to get the griffin. Griffin's awesome. Let's recruit it. And let's put him right here. Probably not a great spot, because he flies. You'll see him. He's awesome. Okay, so we've got the griffin. In fact, I would almost switch him. No, we won't worry about him right now. He does have the reindeer in front of him. Okay, so we defeated him, and now I think I have... Oh, no, okay, we should have been paying attention to this. So we're maxed out on the gold mine, so let's do the switcheroo. Let's start smelting. So now we're going to start smelting. Good. I should have been paying more attention to that. I was not. We've got actually a storage full a lot of places. So again, you have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so that's just a reminder. Let's get that. Okay, so we've got plenty of shards now. 200, as you can see. Alright, so let's get all this stuff. Everybody's eating. Good. Lots of upgrades. Okay. Alright, so So we're back in the business of needing a trebuchet. I wanted to show you that. And we need 5 more logs. Okay. Let's just buy them. So we'll be there closely. Okay, so I'm going to put the game on pause. We'll come back when that's available. And then I'll show you that. Okay, we are back. And a couple things. We have unlocked the ability to get a trebuchet now. And this basically, you can put this right behind, has a ton of range. And you'll see here, it just starts randomly firing these big boulders. But if you get 2 or 3 of these things lined up, they can do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, they're random, but eventually there's so many enemies coming, you are going to definitely do some major damage with those. So those are good for these slots back here. Now, also want to go ahead and use, we created some gold ingots. So now we can upgrade our shaman, however it's pronounced. So there you can see, we are now out of ingots because we just spent them. But we've got 4 in storage. Actually, we've got a ton of gold. So let's go ahead and get rid of our miner and switch him over the worker to do some smelting. I think we can do... Oh, so one of the things you do eventually want to do is get a road builder. And he'll start laying down, he'll use your stone, he'll start laying down the stone. That will allow you to upgrade your house, and also it basically allows you to upgrade these smaller things, like you can make a big house, which will give you an additional worker, things like that. So that's pretty much the tutorial. You can see the griffin. I just love the griffin. It's flying around here, picking these guys up, dropping them. I don't know if we're going to survive. I didn't really, wasn't really paying attention to strategy here. Well, no, I was, but I was sort of talking and not micromanaging, and this game is a game of micromanagement. One thing I will say is you can get barriers. You can either, so I bought this barrier from over here, but you can also, I can't put them out, unfortunately, right now. Actually, I think I can. Yeah, you know what? Let's stick him right up front there. So now he's going to take some damage. The other thing you can build, which I find useful, is these palisades. There are only 4 logs, and you can put them up here too. They will actually, if they're destroyed, they do come back, in case you're wondering, the next wave. So, okay, that is it for this beginning tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I will do an advanced one as well. But for now, I hope you found this helpful, and thank you again for watching.